The zoo said F you. On Groundhog Day last year, New York Mayor Bill de Blasio, yeah, he's still here, famously foreshadowed the mess he'd make of the city by dropping the Staten Island Zoo's crawly critter, which later died of internal injuries. That's right, the mayor is a murderer. I believe we have tape of this, or that. Just laughing at the poor animals suffering. You make me sick. And now the New York Post, owned by our parent company, Lightbright, reports that to avoid another furry forecaster disaster, de Blasio will not be allowed to hold the hog this year. That meant something else where I came from. Instead,
I got it right now.
You're sick. According to zoo sources, the groundhog will be kept inside a glass box during the ceremony where nobody can touch it. My parents did that to me when I was a kid. Anyway, nobody took the death of Staten Island Chuck harder than his best friend. That's like the end of a sitcom I would have watched when I was 12.
I just hope the glue wears off.
Yes, exactly. It was great. He was actually watching a dogfight. All right, Paul, how has de Blasio not been impeached yet? He's been in power for a little while. He might be the worst mayor ever. A year.
I know, but look, here's a guy who's been criticizing the police about brutality, and he takes a photo op and turns it into an adorable crime scene.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't blame the guy. You know, he's just getting ready for his post-mayoral life. He's 6'6". He's playing Lenny of Mice and Men.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
all right. I get it. You were because he killed the animal, just like Lenny
By the way,
did.
that animal's kind of a only fell about 3 feet.
Yeah,
How
but
did he die falling 3 feet?
Because de Blasio was wearing shoes with spikes on them.
Maybe arsenic poisoning. I don't know. Beforehand.
On its way down.
Yeah, that's true. Could have stopped on the way.
Little tablet.
All right, Catherine. Isn't this kind of a foreshadowing of how this was going to happen? Shouldn't we have seen this coming from him the way the city is now? It all came from this.
Absolutely. Right now, this groundhog is the first person that's being protected from de Blasio. It's not really fair. I would like to be protected from de Blasio myself. And also, I don't think it's necessarily a coincidence that last year they let him hold it because it was a female groundhog. This year, it's a male groundhog. The zoo is another institution of the patriarchy.
Wow, it is incredible.
It's everywhere.
Women
I don't
are
know how
vulnerable.
you don't see it.
Even the hedgehogs or hags. Joe, years ago when you were young, I don't know, when you were under 30, you were Miss New York.
Oh, God.
How embarrassing is it that your city's mayor isn't allowed to hold a zoo animal?
Well,
Shouldn't you burn your crown?
I feel really bad because I had visited the ASPCA once, and they had me hold this puppy, and I'd never held a puppy before.
Really?
I know, because I have a bitter, cold heart, and I don't touch animals. And so I'm holding it for a photo op, and this puppy is trying to get out, and it jumps out of my arms. And they're all like, we hope he didn't break his leg. And thankfully he didn't. The puppy's fine. I don't want letters or anything like that. But, like, it's, I think, one of the worst things to happen to your career, honestly, if something happens to an animal when you're holding it. And, like, the last thing he needs to is for PETA people to be against him, because then the entire city will be against de Blasio.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I never hold babies.
I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere
or elderly men. I don't hold elderly men. When I'm done with them, they go. Andy, go ahead and defend your hero, Mayor de Blasio.
Look, first of all,
or
it would be nice,
Bill, as you call him.
Billy, thank you. It would be nice if everyone at this table could check their human privilege for a minute and look at this from the groundhog's perspective.
Yes.
You think the groundhog wants to be touched by strangers?
No.
This is the best thing that's ever happened to the groundhog. It doesn't.
It
doesn't.
Your privilege.
No.
Trying to say, you know what this groundhog wants.
I know what the groundhog wants. Believe me, I know.
You've been there.
Look, we have no evidence that what happened last year with the groundhog was an accident.
No, I agree.
For all we know, know de Blasio has a deep-seated hatred of groundhogs, possibly of all marmots, or marmot, as I like to call them.
Yes.
He might be a marmophobe.
Yeah.
We just don't know. There is no proof either way. So you have to do this. You have to do this for the safety of the groundhog, because he could go. You saw what he did last year.
Yeah.
With the laughing.
Yeah.
He could just snap again. You don't know.
It could be a false flag operation.
It could.
A distraction. Something was going on that day. We were so focused on the dead hedgehog that we missed everything.
I hear he's got extra security because other groundhogs have it out for him. They're stalking him.
I would not be surprised.
When they told him he couldn't hold him, they said, could I at least get him in a chokehold?
Oh, really?
But their arms aren't long enough.
Don't do that to me.
What?
Their
Silence?
arms are just tiny.
Silence is better than a courtesy laugh.
Don't not laugh at my jokes.
Yes, how dare you?
Really? Come on.
Oh, my goodness. At least I'm not shooting you.
I miss you.
Joe, you were saying something.
Well, I was saying that they have tiny arms, so they can't actually fight anyone.
That's true.
But they carry knives.
Do they?
You never know.
I do know.
I have no idea.